Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Briskin with a thought for Shabbat. This week's Torah portion, called Toldot, provides us with the first example of a strong and assertive female figure, Rebekah. Rebekah is married to Isaac, the son of Abraham. While a perfunctory reading of the text shows that Isaac tends to be weak and passive, in this portion it is his wife Rebekah that secures the future of the Jewish people. When Rebekah inquires to God about her pregnancy, God informs her, and yes, God answered her, that, quote, 2 nations are in your womb. One people shall be mightier than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. Rebekah sought to thwart the will of God. Jewish tradition suggests that the older son, Esau, was a hunter, a rustic man, a warrior, one who was not literate. Jacob, the second born of the twins, however, had the intellectual capacity that apparently Esau lacked. Rebekah therefore believed that Jacob should receive the blessing of the firstborn. He should become the rightful heir and the progenitor of future generations that link back to the first parents of the Jewish people, Abraham and Sarah. The text is clear. Rebekah favored Jacob, while Isaac favored Esau. Rebekah took it upon herself to ensure that Jacob would receive the blessing, even if it required an act of deception. When Isaac was old and blind, he sent Esau to hunt some wild game and prepare a meal for him in advance of receiving the blessing of the firstborn. While Esau was out, Rebekah covered Isaac in fur and brought it so he would feel hairy like his brother Esau. They prepared a meal for Isaac and brought it to him. Even though Isaac thought something was amiss, he let himself believe that it was indeed Esau in front of him, not Jacob disguised as Esau. Isaac gave Jacob the blessing and the rights of inheritance, of property, and peoplehood. While Jacob was the one who actually deceived, it was Rebekah who was the mastermind. She acted assertively to preserve the future of the Jewish people and God's promise to Abraham, which she knew Jacob, not Esau, would guarantee. She had to make sure this happened, even by taking drastic and deceptive measures. Dr. Malka Zeiger-Simkovich, in an essay in thetorah.com, suggests that, quote, although Rebekah's behavior in Genesis seemed problematic to some interpreters who found her to be too domineering, an extra-canonical book known as Jubilees maintains and even expands Rebekah's position as the dominant wife and mother, whose feelings about her sons are in line with God's plan, making her a confidant of Abraham and a prophetess who directly blesses her favorite son, Jacob, even before Isaac does. Rather than diminishing her, some early interpretations elevate Rebekah's place, making her an equal with her husband Isaac as an early leader of our people. The essay that inspired this thought likely would not have been written 2 generations ago. A new generation of scholars like Dr. Simkovich elevate the role of our matriarchs and other women in our tradition. They amplify their voices in ways not heard until recently. Rebekah was assertive, tough, and yes, manipulative, however, all for the sake of ensuring a destiny of her family which we continue to uphold this day. Go to www.thetorah.org and search for Rebekah's character to read Dr. Simkovich's entire essay. It's really quite fascinating. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom and looking forward to celebrating Shabbat together.